Now, we live in a world that tells us the best years are behind. To hold on to our youth, to iron out our wrinkles, and to evade time. But what if life gets better and better? Yeah, I'm talking to you. The best is yet to come, my friend. And someone who knows this to be true and is passionate about helping others fulfill their potential is Pastor Samuel Jonathan, lead facilitator of Strike-A-Chord, a music-making project for over 50s. And joining us as well is Diana Dowling, one of the Strike-A-Chord choir members. Welcome along to UCB1 both.
Hello. Thank you so much.
It's so good to have your company this morning. And Samuel, your voice, your laughter is enough to tell me that I know we're having to have a good time this morning. But tell us a bit about how this ministry came about, Strike-A-Chord. It links to your late father. Is that right?
Yes, it's true. Bishop Jonathan Ayodele Famaria. When he was alive, he would ask me repeatedly, Samuel, can you teach me how to play the keyboard? Samuel, I want to learn how to play the organ. He would ask me repeatedly, and Helen, what I would do, like many of us would do, was to sort of procrastinate. Dad, don't worry. We'll do it tomorrow. Dad will do it next time. And that happened repeatedly until he went to his grave with an unfulfilled wish. And I said, wow. I remember what Proverbs says, that the memory of the righteous is a blessing. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 6. And so I thought, all right, Dad, you know what? We're going to preserve your memory by fulfilling that wish in the lives of others over 50s. And that's how Strike-A-Chord began.
Wow. And I know the organisation is called I-60, which links in to that Isaiah passage.
Oh, yes. Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1, which says, arise. Shine. Now, it's Christians that add the word and, but if you take a look at the Bible, whether it's NIV, AMP, or KJV, you will never see the word and, because the moment you add another word, procrastination begins. So the Bible gives two words of action, which is a verb. Arise. Shine. It's an instruction. It's not a plea. It's not negotiable, because according to Samuel Jonathan, the terms of heaven are non-negotiable. Arise, shine, for your light has come. No, you don't have to, it's already come. And the glory of the Lord rises upon you. And so that's why the name of the company is called I-60, because It's time for even those who have crossed over 50 to arise and shine.
I love that. And we were talking to Rosemary Conley earlier about the power of the words that we use in our lives. So tell us a bit about then what Strike-A-Chord is doing. I know you're based in Birmingham.
Yes. For Strike-A-Chord, being a music-making project, we started out by fulfilling Dad's wish, which is to teach the over 50s how to play the keyboard so that would augment their personal worship experience at home. It's one thing to have congregational worship, but the real worship and intimacy with God is established when you are in private space on personal time with God. And of course, worship can augment that experience. And so we thought, let's start teaching the keyboards so people can learn how to play the keyboards, even with their grandbabies. When they come over, they have an activity to look forward to when they go visit Nan, play the keyboard. So we started that, keyboard lessons for the over 50s. And then we thought, all right, what about singing? There are many people who love to sing in the choir, many people who had childhood dreams of being in the choir. Why don't we fulfill that dream? And we started Strike-A-Chord Community Choir, which is for the over 50s.
And Diana Dowling, bringing you in here, you are part of the Strike-A-Chord Choir. Why did you join? Why did you sign up?
Well, I love singing, and my sister sent me a link to tell me that this new choir was starting up just down the road from here. So I thought, I'll go and see what it's all about. And I walked in and there were only 4 of us. And my first thought was, I won't be coming here again. Well, that first session was so uplifting. I left feeling happy, uplifted, lighter, and it was just so much fun. And throughout our rehearsal, a couple of other people came, and we're now a choir of 25 people.
Wow. So that's really grown then since the 4 people who first started out. And Diana, you mentioned there that it's really it's uplifted you, but tell us a bit more about the impact being part of this choir has had on your life.
I think the main thing is being part of the community. I've met so many people that are so talented of all ages, from 50s right up until we've got a gentleman who's 86. They've all got so many talents. And we've got people who have never sung solo before, who are singing out loud solo, because we're in a safe, encouraging space. Samuel just encourages everybody to just show off their potential, and so many people can sing and didn't realise they could sing solo. And we've also learnt a new language, because the songs that we're learning in an African language called Yoruba. Yoruba. Sorry, Samuel.
Wow.
No, it's
Wow,
right.
so it's more than, no, I don't want to say just singing or being part of a musical group. There's an education, there's so much more to it. And it's interesting because, Samuel, we've been asking our listener this morning, what is that thing that we wanted to do, but we haven't got round to it? And so many of us have got unfulfilled potential, unfulfilled dreams. But there are many of us who feel like, oh, it's too late. Or I don't know, like Diana mentioned about that feeling of when she first went in, there were 4 people. It can feel a bit scary. You know, what's your message for someone listening thinking, no, I've missed my boat on my dream?
Oh, no, you've not missed it, because today is the first day of the rest of your life. And according to Samuel Jonathan, with the right habits, the rest of your life can become the best of your life. For the fact that God woke you up this morning, it means that the story concerning your life hasn't come to an end. There's greater glory in your story.
I love that. With the right habits and activities, the rest of your life can become the best of your life. And Samuel, I know that you are performing over the coming weeks as we head up to Christmas. So it's not just about keeping the singing in that group. You're sharing it with the world. Where can we come and hear you perform?
On Wednesday, the 7th of December, we're going to be having Birmingham's first ever Christmas concert devoted to the over 50s and their families. Yes, it's the first one. So we're making history on that day, and we're inviting all to come.
And it's free.
And it's free. Admission is free. It's a not-for-profit event, and so we are inviting people to come. Over 50s, it's time to come. Get out of that home. You know, we could all use some good cheer, because it is with joy that we will draw water from the wells of salvation. Isaiah chapter 12, verse 3. There's so many people who are thirsty. Some are having to deal with the thirst of sickness. For some, it's the thirst of loneliness. For some, it's the thirst, the worry. How am I going to get through these challenging times? The energy rising prices, the cost of living. And we're saying, just for one moment, we're not saying this event is going to cancel all your problems. We're just saying, can you just seize the moment and make it a monument? Come out and let's celebrate together and go home uplifted.
Well, to find out more about Strike-A-Chord, they've got a brilliant website, StrikeAChordUK. You'll find more information on those free events coming up over the month of December. And I wish I could keep talking to you, but Pastor Samuel Jonathan and Diana Dowling, thank you so much for joining us on UCB1.